Hi, my name is Garrett Christopher. This is my YouTube channel. It's called Garrett's Sports Take. I got three of these channels. There's Garrett's Sport Take. I also have Garrett's Movie Take and Garrett's Take. The Movie Take, I try and convince you why my movies, my favorite movies, should be your favorite movies, or at least should be something you spend your time watching, right? And the Garrett's Take is a little more serious. Right now, I'm in the middle of talking about homelessness. I'm going to learn more about what my community does and what I can do in my community for the homeless. And I'm going to bring you along for the ride, share with you different meetings and events that I go to and stuff I learn and things that I'm thinking about and kind of toying with. I want to bring up to you and see what you think. With all this stuff, I want your comments. Please, whether it be in the sports one, the movie one, or more importantly, the Garrett's Take one, please let me know what you think and pour in your comments. It doesn't matter, doesn't matter good, bad, or indifferent. I want to know what you think. Visit also, please, GaretChristopher.com. You'll find out more about me. I'm a self-published author. I've got some books out there. I have a sci-fi series coming up called The Takeover with another audio book with that one. I have two on Audible as it is. And I've got a weekly podcast available both on Soundcloud and Spotify. So please check these things out. And like I said, comments. Very good. There are my plugs. Let's move on. So right now on this rant, I call them my sports rants, I'm talking about the NFL and the upcoming 2021 season. This is my third take doing this, and I can't speak properly for some reason. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm not going to do it again. So here we go. So I apologize for all the mess ups here. The 2021 season, NFL, and what I'm doing, I'm not a fantasy guy, so I'm not going to give you numbers as far as what Saquon Barkley is going to do or what Derek Carr, any of these guys. I'm just going to talk about teams, and I'm giving you my predictions for the upcoming season and where they're going to rest as far as the divisions. So I've talked about each division. I've got three left to do, and today we're going to talk about the NFC East. What a curious division. Four teams that have very storied franchises, right? They've all won championships in the last 30, 40 years, something my Dolphins have not done. And they can all be considered contenders every single year because people love them, a lot of followers. We're talking about the Dallas Cowboys, America's football team, right? The Washington football team. We're talking about the Philadelphia Eagles, and we're talking about the New York Giants. So again, storied franchises. And whenever you have these teams on Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, what have you, Thursday night, a lot of viewers because there are a lot of followers for these teams. And yet, the lone representative for the 2020 playoffs this year was 7-9. The Washington football team was 7-9. That's who won this division. That's very, very poor. I don't expect that again this year. I don't expect anyone going 14-3 either, because they all have their issues, right? But I do think that Dallas will win this division, and I think they'll win it with perhaps a 10-7 record. And I think that the team in the cellar is going to be like 7-10, and I expect the Philadelphia Eagles to be there. So why would I pick the Dallas Cowboys to win the division and Philadelphia to be the loser in the division? And why would New York and Washington be somewhere in the middle? Here we go. I believe Dallas can outscore some people. And I think that Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott will do very well this season. Their defense will not do very well this season, but they're going to outscore some people. And even though I think each of the teams will go like pretty much 1-1 against each other in the division, within the division, I think that Dallas will get a couple of wins in there, and they'll come out on top in that division. I think Philadelphia, even though Jalen Hurts did very well toward the end of last year, I don't put a lot of stock into that because the teams he played were thinking about other things. I don't think he was scouted very heavily. He will be scouted very heavily this year as teams want to get off really well, and I think he'll struggle in the first few games of the season and then perhaps get in there. He's very athletic and very good, can be a very good player, but I don't see a strong arm, and I think he'll have some issues with that, especially if it comes down to having just a shootout, right, as far as scoring. I don't see that happening with him. Like I said, last year a couple of games were like that with him, but they weren't scouting him. They're going to scout him now, right? So I see them really at 7-10 for the season. They might win a couple of big games, and they're going to lose a couple of games they shouldn't lose. He's really a rookie quarterback, so how much can you really expect from that position with that particular team? New York, I think that it's very possible that with Saquon Barkley back that they can be close to 500. I think they were 6-10, 6-10 last year. I think they'll be very close to 500, and I think Washington will be right around there too, also mainly because of their defense. And they've got Ryan Fitzmagic. Ryan Fitzpatrick, man, guy has just really stood the test of time, hasn't he? And he played for Miami last year and really got us on the cusp of the playoffs and did very well. So I appreciate that, Mr. Fitzpatrick. But I think that, as each year goes on, you'll have your times, but, what they say, Father Time doesn't lose, at all. And I think Washington will have a tough time kind of getting over the hump, and that's why I choose Dallas for that division. Please, with any of these channels, let me know what you think and why you agree or disagree, either vehemently or you really are happy with what's going on here. Let me know. I need the feedback. I want to know what you think about all this stuff. So on down the line. So I picked Dallas at 10-7, Philly at 7-10. I think that Washington will end up right around 8-9, maybe, around 8-9. And I think New York will be there too, maybe 9-8, in there. I think Saquon Barkley, and if Daniel Jones can take a step forward this year, I think he's got a chance. With Saquon, that makes a big difference this year to do something and to win some shootouts and to win some close games. And you know what? I'm going to say this right now. I think New York is going to go 2-0 against two of the teams in their own division, but I won't say which ones, mainly because I don't know which ones. There you have it. Hey, thanks so much for checking in. We've got 2 more divisions left. I'll get to those next couple of days and let you know what I think. And for such storied franchises like Philadelphia, like Dallas, New York Giants, and Washington, we need one of those teams to step up, don't we? And at least one to prove that they belong in the playoffs. Hey, thanks so much for checking in. I will see you next time. All right, GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording.